Dennis Archer Jr., Sandy Barua, and the chairman of the board of directors of Huntington National Bank, Gary Turgot.
Hi. Hey, Gretchen. Wait till you see my portrait. It's got the buff.
You got the buffs on.
Not on, but they're in the picture.
So Dennis, Gary, thank you for joining us on stage. Tricia, great job. Governor, it is such a bittersweet moment. I had the honor of welcoming you on this stage in your first year as governor. And it has been a delight, it's been a ride, and it has been, frankly, a joy to work with you, not just on this conference, but more importantly, on all the policy issues that we have worked on. You know, I've seen a lot of brave leadership in my time, but I do think we need to recognize that Gretchen Whitmer has shown the bravest leadership of showing her elementary and junior high photos.
Big pictures.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that no one really should do, but you worked it well.
We omitted 8th grade.
Well, now that's the one we want to see. Listen, we've talked about your accomplishments, what you've done. We've talked about all of the challenges, unprecedented challenges, and we talked about this on Tuesday when I brought you up on stage on Tuesday. The one thing I'm just going to say is the reason why you are one of the most popular governors in the country is because you are authentic. You are who you are, no matter where you are or who you talk to or how many people are in the room, and I love you for that.
Thank you. You're so nice. I appreciate it.
Mr. Turgot, Gary.
Hi, Sandy. How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Great to see you. Governor, many of us have been privileged to get to know you during your tenure as leader of our state, during your time as Ingham County prosecutor, as a successful Michigan State senator, and a great state representative. But through it all, no matter what the job, we have admired you for everything you have accomplished. As we keep reminding you and ourselves, you've had a few monikers along the way. Some that you liked and probably some that you have tolerated. Gravity Gretchen, Big Gretch, that woman from Michigan. But through it all, you wore them, you didn't avoid them, and you made it a part and parcel of your charm and appeal. But no matter what you were called, this much is certain. Gretchen Whitmer is tough, authentic, good-humored, fearless, and completely and unmistakably devoted to Michigan and its citizens. Each and every day, you brought your whole self to your job. Your humor, your grit, your love for your family and our state, your penchant for straight talk, and always, always, everyone knew where Gretchen Whitmer stood and what you were about. I remember that moment on the Stephen Colbert Show, shortly after that infamous Biden-Trump debate. Colbert tried with all of his might to bait you into revealing your true reaction to President Biden's performance. He asked you, Governor, on national TV, are you sticking by him? And did it give you pause? In true Gretch fashion, you fixed your eyes on Stephen Colbert, and with that Gretchen Whitmer trademark grin, with absolutely no intention of answering his question, you said carefully and pointedly, Stephen, I really like your tie. That's the Gretchen Whitmer we know and love. Direct, disarming, and never without a sense of humor. Governor, you came to your commitment to service in the most appropriate way. You followed in the footsteps of your beloved father, Richard Whitmer of blessed memory, who devoted much of his own life to the state of Michigan, serving as Governor Milliken's Commerce Secretary and leading the state's #1 insurer, Blue Cross Blue Shield. I told you I'd get that in there.
Good work.
He was a model of public service, of business leadership, and civic responsibility, all qualities you rightfully inherited and have so admirably fulfilled. During your years in the executive office, you have weathered many storms, quite literally. The polar vortex of 2019 began just a few short weeks after you took office. You guided our state remarkably through the COVID pandemic, a challenge unlike anything any of us had known in our lifetimes. You managed impossible decisions under intense scrutiny with remarkable steadfastness and strength. What we knew already was reinforced to all of us, that our friend Gretchen Whitmer is courageous, kind-hearted, funny, and never ever takes herself more seriously than she should or needs to. Through all the crises, you helped move Michigan forward. You balanced our state's budget, you expanded tax relief for seniors and working families, you made thousands and thousands of free school meals available to thousands of children. You invested in education, public safety, gun safety, women's rights, and civil rights. And anyone who drives in Michigan knows well, you weren't kidding about fixing those damn roads. You showed us all that you were never afraid to stand in front of a tough room, make a difficult decision, disagree with the popular opinion in order to do what's right. You approached it all with fairness, humility, and really good humor. You wrote in your book, True Gretch, which, by the way, can be purchased online for a mere $26.99. And I can tell you it's worth every dollar. You wrote that you spent the first quarter of this century watching as the arc of politics has been bent uncomfortably towards incivility and strife. In your 2 terms as governor, you did a great deal to shift the arc in the right direction. Gretchen Whitmer will surely go down in history admired and appreciated, and I am confident, no matter what you say, that you will still make more history, far beyond Lansing. You have a great deal to contribute. It's worth a clap. So I say to that woman from Michigan, you owned it, you made it your own, you gave Michigan not only strong leadership, but leadership with character, courage, humor, and heart. We are so grateful to you for your service, your special friendship, and for everything you have done to enhance the lives of all of us and all of Michigan. Governor Whitmer, we can't wait for the next chapter. We're with you, we're for you, and we will always be on your side.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, wrap it up.
Dennis, a few words?
Certainly, I'm not nearly as articulate as those that went before me, but I will quote one of David Bowser's favorite poets, the notorious B.I.G. And he started off a song by saying, for all the ladies in the place, with style and grace. Thank you, all right. Grace, you epitomize grace in everything that you've done. You are a mom, a wife, a governor. You have been a target of assassination and kidnapping. You have managed COVID. You have managed through economic crises, criticisms, attack from the White House, but you have done all things with grace. And 2 different people have called you authentic, and you are extremely authentic. And I will just say this, in every place that you go, you say the same things, you interact with people exactly the same, and there's no room that you are not comfortable in. And to epitomize that, yesterday, we may or may not have had a gathering of African-American leaders in an undisclosed location.
That he does every year, but yeah.
And busting through the door in a bright red dress comes the governor and steps out in front of everybody and says, you know, what did you say?
I said I came for the tequila.
Well, and she says, somebody's got to add some diversity to this room.
I said that too.
So I will just say, I will echo what Gary says as we look forward to whatever those next steps. And I can't wait to see whose room you bust into next.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Tricia Keith, you get the last word.
Well, you allowed me to say a few things earlier, and what's remarkable to me is that we did not coordinate this, but so many of the words are the same words. But when I thought about how to put this together, I actually thought, I'll say it by your name. And so when I think of Whitmer, I think of willing to help and how you always answered the phone. The H stands for humor, Big Gretch. The I stands for inquisitive, because she always wanted to understand. The T stands for true to herself, because she is authentic. The M stands for modern, because she's progressive and forward-looking. The E stands for energy, because she never quit. And as you heard from everybody here, the R stands for real, because she is herself. So that's what Gretchen Whitmer means to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Governor, it's your last words on the Mackinac stage as governor, but it's not your last time here. The floor is yours.
Well, I simply just want to say thank you. You all sat through a 20-minute speech, so I'm not going to talk a lot more. I just want to say, I've got 7 months left to go. We've got a lot of work yet to do. I am honored beyond belief to be the governor of this great state, and no matter what comes next, I will carry the wisdom that I have gotten from so many folks in this room and the friendships into whatever it is. And with that, let's get back to work, all right?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Governor Gretchen Whitmer.